kidding me? Ah! Fuck you, Jindy! What the fuck? You had to do that to him? I mean, it's bad enough you ignore the rules of time and logic, but then you ignore it for only a certain amount of time before thinking, oh wait, that's not how it would happen. This is how it would happen. And break my fucking heart? Fuck you! Oh my god, and it's over! It's over. Samurai Jack has finally, officially ended. Oh, I can't take it. My heart hurts. My chest is killing me. Oh my god, I can't even begin to describe it. Like fuck. Oh my god. I mean, this episode was awesome. This episode was sad. I knew it would be. I knew it was going to be equally awesome and sad at the same time because, I mean, this is something we waited 13 years. Well, no, technically 16 years for. From 2001, when it all began, to 2017, where it finally ended. Ah, God. So basically, yeah, I'm going to talk about the entire episode, so spoilers from this point out. I have to. There's no way I can't. There's no fucking way in hell I can. So the episode begins with, we see all of the people that Jack's met over time. Not just the ones we saw in the previous season, in this season, like in episode 5. Like, we don't just see the archers, we don't just see the dance club, we don't just see the woolies. No, we see more. We get to see the fish guys, we get to see the dog scientist, we get to see the monkeys that was like, no, jump, good, that kind of thing. The Scotsman, of course, comes back for this episode. He and all of his daughters, who he introduces by name. We have a minute where they just introduce like so many different names, and it's awesome. And basically the whole episode is a giant battle against Aku until the fucking last 5 minutes, which is the saddest fucking shit ever! Damn it! God fucking damn it! It's so fucking sad, man. So yeah, the whole episode is basically a giant fight in the end to fight Aku. Like, everyone comes together. And it's fucking awesome. And of course a lot of people die too, obviously. Oh my god. So basically how everyone finds out that Jack has been captured by Aku is that he broadcasts it to everyone who just happens to have a television and such. And, yeah. Basically, it's the opening intro for the original show. Like, I'm not kidding. It's like long ago in a distant land. That whole thing plays out almost completely unchanged with some mild sound changes. That's it. It's even Maku, the original voice actor for Aku. They don't redub it. It's the same. It's literally the opening intro from the original show. And I was like, oh my god, they are actually doing it for the final episode. Oh my god, I mean, on one hand, it's kind of fan servicey because a lot of people want to see it again, but on the other hand, like, it's definitely fitting to see that one more time before the show ends. Oh my god. So while all that's going on, Jack is fighting Ashi again, and basically he tries to get her to control herself, and as expected, she does. She does gain control of herself, and Jack officially says he loves her. He says that. And which, again, I'm fine with the romance. I'm perfectly cool with it. Whatever. In fact, it's nice to see. It's cool to see that Jack has someone to fight for. I really do like that, actually. It's so funny when the Scotsman finally comes back. Yeah, he and the Scotsman do have a minute together, which is kind of nice. He actually says, like, take your pick. Like, after the Scotsman introduces his daughter, he's like, I want to take your pick. I'd be honored. And Jack's like, I kind of met someone. He's like, really? He actually gets like, the Scotsman's like so happy to hear that Jack's got somebody. And then when he sees Ashi, he's like, I don't think she's a type laddie. Nice little comedic moment. Nice bit of chemistry that you had. Like, the two always had great chemistry in the original season. So it was nice to see that one more time, even though the Scotsman's dead. Yeah. But, I guess I do have a couple of complaints. The only real disappointment this gave me is that it's very short. This is only a one-episode thing. Only 22 minutes, and yes, I do feel like a lot of stuff was left unanswered. A lot of stuff was left not talked about. Like, for example, after Jack is able to make it to the past, which I'll talk about in a second, we don't ever get to see what happens to the Scotsman or his daughters or anybody ever again. Like, we don't, nothing, like, once Jack's in the past, he's in the past for good. Now, obviously, when Aku dies in the past, that means there's no more Aku in the future. But we don't ever get to see, like, what happens because of that. You know, like, we never get to see, like, how the Scotsman would live on and stuff like that, how the dancers, all of those people would live on. Which sucks. Like, I would have loved to see what would happen, like a nice little epilogue. I don't need it much, just a brief little scene. Like, maybe the Scotsman's still playing with his daughters or something like that. Or maybe the dancers just having a nice dance party and stuff like that, just to celebrate life. And maybe we'd even see Ashi alive somehow in the future, just not as an evil assassin. I don't know. I mean, okay, technically it wouldn't be possible, but... Well, I mean, it might be possible. I mean, Aku wouldn't be the dad, but she's still a mom, a human mom, so it'd be possible. But yeah, we don't get anything like that, and it sucked. I'm like, oh, you're just gonna skim over that? Fuck. That's not even fun. That's not fun. But basically, yeah, when Ashi defeats... when Ashi is able to defeat the Aku inside of her, she gains control of her powers and fights off Aku for a little bit. And then, because Aku has time-traveling powers himself, she uses those powers to take Jack back in time, back to the present. Or the past, where he's supposed to be from. And, yeah, basically he just destroys Aku right there on the spot. Very quickly, and destroys him entirely. Destroys him, destroys his tower, destroys everything. And then came the big fuck you moment. The big fuck you, Genji Tartakovsky moment. Oh, man. Ashi is there with him. Ashi actually went back in time with him. And, you know, and they're happy. And they go back home. And we get to see a wedding. We get to see a wedding where all the people from the first episode that taught Jack how to be a samurai and stuff was there. We had the African guys. We had the sailors. We had the Vikings. The Robin Hood guy. All of them are there for this wedding to see it. We get to see Jack's father, Jack's mother. We get to see everyone so proud of him. And he's about to get married. Jack's going to get married to Ashi. She's all dressed up. It looks amazing. And then in the middle of the wedding, as she's walking up to him, suddenly the laws of time decide to apply. And she says, because Aku doesn't exist, I can't exist either. And she disappears right there? Fuck you! Fuck you! You're gonna do that to him? She should have disappeared on the fucking spot after Aku died. What the fuck? That's kind of what's supposed to happen. Ashi's gonna die. Ashi's gonna die regardless. But, like that? You're gonna have her stay alive long enough for them to plan a fucking wedding and stuff? That could take, like, months on end. And then have her die? What the hell? You asshole! You give them, like, all this hope and happiness, and they're planning a life together, maybe starting a family, and then, fuck you, Ashi can't survive in this time? Fuck that! Oh, that's such a fucking cock blocker, cock tease son of a bitch. God damn it. God fucking damn it! I knew this was gonna make me cry and shit, and I am. Oh, but I didn't even think it was gonna be like that. Oh, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. It's so, like, no. Oh man, no. That is so fucked up. It really fucking is. Oh man, that fucked me over. So bad. Ah. And if you think there's like some magical ending where maybe the gods come and bestow upon him a gift, like they bring Ashi out of time so she can survive. No. Nothing like that. No. Ashi is gone. She does not come back. She's dead for good. Ugh, it sucks. But it ends with Jack basically just going off in a field by himself, and a little ladybug. A little ladybug flies on his finger, and he looks at it. Because, as I remember in, like, the 4th episode, that was, like, that's something he and Ashi did. Like, it was a ladybug that Ashi was always so interested in. Like, she loved ladybugs and stuff like that. Like, she saw a ladybug and was so amused by it and everything like that. And it just... Oh, it's like, oh... Ashi loved ladybugs. Oh, and then he smiles, I guess. He smiles because he knows that this is what she wanted. Like, he's happy because he knows that that's what Ashi would have wanted in the first place. Like, she wanted Aku to die too, and, you know, and so I guess he's happy and found comfort in knowing that this is what Ashi would have wanted. Which is so sad. It's so fucking sad. My boy deserved love. He deserved happiness. He really did. But no. Nope. That's how time works. And that's how it ends. It ends with the ladybug flying away and Jack just sitting there watching it. The music is so melancholy. The animation's gorgeous. Sitting under one of those cherry blossom trees that just drops petals and stuff. And it's just... The chapter is complete, guys. The book on Samurai Jack, complete. It's finally complete. Was it perfect? No. I'm going to be honest, no. Season 5 was definitely kind of rushed in some places. I'm not going to lie. I mean, obviously there's some things people are going to say was totally rushed, but other things were fine. You got to realize, like, for a 10-episode season, this was very well done. This does better than most shows would do with a 10-episode season. You know, like, again, like, a lot of people think the relationship between Jack and Ashi was rushed, but no, it actually was worked very well in there, in my opinion. And besides, there's an episode of Samurai Jack in the past, like, one of the very first episodes ever, where Jack meets that girl who turns out to be Aku in disguise. Like, they fall in love in one episode. Well, Jack falls in love, technically, and Aku's obviously falling for him, but fooling him. Fooling him, I swear. And that wasn't rushed. It felt very well. It felt very well paced and it flowed very well. So I didn't really see any, you know, bad pacing of that. The issue I have with it is that, like, we only the ending mainly, the last episode, we didn't get to see an epilogue with the final with all those other characters who came back to save Jack in the end. Like, that kind of sucked. Like, I really wish we got an epilogue for that, and, you know. And we didn't. And it kind of sucks. But yeah, this was definitely a bittersweet ending. You know, like, Jack has defeated Aku, but at the same time he fell in love with somebody. He had to suffer for 50 years and all that stuff. And yeah. Yeah, he had to go through a lot to make it happen. And, you know, and the question that at the end of the day was it worth it? And for Jack, the answer was yes. Even though he lost Ashi, he saved his family, he saved his kingdom, he saved the world, he saved the future, he saved practically the whole galaxy, if not universe. He did it. He did it. So yeah, aside from that, there's also that weird cameo in episode 5 with the Mongo. Like, that made no sense. Like, that, okay, what the fuck? He died. Didn't he? Aku straight have killed him. Then he pops in the bar and is like, I am here for the greatest warrior souls. Sounding like fucking Luigi or whatever. And then he leaves and we never see him again. He doesn't show up in the last episode. Like, he's not back. He's gone for good. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty damn good season for 10 episodes. Again, the only problem I had was that the last episode maybe could have been a little longer. Maybe they could have done an hour-long thing. Maybe get it one more episode. Maybe just make it a big hour-long thing. You know? But at the same time, like, I'm not saying Samurai Jack couldn't pull off a long, epic battle sequence in a 22-minute episode, because they did before. Hell, in the very beginning, like, for the first 3 episodes, like the 3rd episode ever, that whole episode was a giant battle sequence. And it was fucking amazing. In case everybody remembers. Basically, I think for what it was really well done. I just think it could have been done a little better. Like, you know, like, we could have gotten that epilogue. We could have really have developed a little more into it. Maybe given Jack and Ashi a little bit more screen time, maybe another episode or two to develop. But for what it is, it's really good. It was still really well done for the kind of show that Samurai Jack was. Samurai Jack, remember, was a show that speaks with the animation. It never really was a show for heavy dialogue or for, conversations and all that stuff like that. It was a show that often just let the picture tell the story, and that's what it did. We see Jack and Ashi in the desert together, getting water, making hats together. They don't need to share words. You get it. You understand what the story's being told. They're spending time together. They're bonding over it. That's all you need to know. There doesn't need to be... We don't need to know their life story. We just need to know the story that's being told right that second. And the story for that moment was they're falling in love. And that's all you need to know. And it's romantic. It's cute. Whatever. And that's the whole show. The whole show was a samurai trying to defeat the ultimate evil in the universe. And it was a coup. And he would fight his robots, he would fight the bounty hunters, he would fight the demons, he'd fight everything that came his way. He would win some, he would lose some. That's what made the show interesting. He wouldn't win every single time. God, the hype that was set up for last episode when Jack was beaten and stuff like that. Yeah, nobody knew what to make of that. Everyone was like, oh god, what's going to happen in the next episode? Oh my god, I'm so curious. That is good writing. Alright? And there's just people out there who hate writing like that. I'm like, why are you going to do that? Because it makes for interesting television. You got to come back next week to see what happens. That's smart. On the writer's point, and by a marketing point too. It makes this final episode have higher ratings because people were going to be curious as to what happens next. I don't know. I'm just bitching about something. Because I hear people saying, like, no, writing like that sucks. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's actually really smart and really good. Yeah. Samurai Jack, guys. What else can I say? Samurai Jack was just one of my absolute favorite shows ever growing up. I fucking loved it so much. It was a show that really blew my mind when I was younger. It really did. The animation was spectacular. The character, the hero of Jack was just so inspirational and admirable. You just look at the guy like he's so noble. He's so honest. Like, he stands up for what's right. It's something that everybody aspires to be, I saw so much of myself wanting to be like Jack when I was a kid. I really did. I looked up to him a lot when I was younger. I wanted to be honest. I wanted to be honorable. I wanted to be all these things. And looking back on it now, it's still to this day, I still want to be that. I still want to be those things. I still want to be very admirable. I want to be very honorable. I want to, be a nice person that people look up to. I want to be a good role model. That's kind of what I want to be. The show started when I was 6 years old, back in 2001. And here I am at age 22. And I have practically been changed by it. It's a show that definitely sticks with people. And people definitely remember the show and what it did for people. That's why they brought it back. Because they knew of how much Samurai Jack meant to people. J.D. Tartakovsky himself admitted he knew how much fans wanted the show to come back. Phil Lamar, the voice for Samurai Jack, admitted he didn't know how the show ended and he wanted to see the ending too. And he wanted to give fans an ending that they deserved. And all I can say is, guys, thank you for that. Thank you, Jindy, for bringing Samurai Jack back. Thank you for wrapping up the story. It may not have been the perfect ending we hoped for, but it was still a damn good ending in my opinion. A little rushed, but still beautiful, and still fucking heartbreaking, you fucking asshole. But thank you either way. Oh my god. Samurai Jack was just fucking amazing. And it's over. It's over. Oh well. Now that's taken care of. Now I can focus on Steven Universe ending. No, there's still Adventure Time ending. Yes, Adventure Time has to end first, and then Steven Universe, I think, is ending soon. Which is so sad, because I love that show, too. But that's it for Samurai Jack, guys. And that's it for the series of vlogs. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them. I enjoyed talking about the show. And who knows, maybe in the future, when there's new shows coming on television, or Netflix, or whatever, I might sit down and talk about them. Whatever you guys think. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, stay awesome, guys. Rock on.